Eh bien salut à tous, c'est DHK78, on se retrouve pour l'épisode numéro 2 du jeu Retour vers le futur. Donc on s'en était arrêté au carnet de Doc qu'on avait récupéré des mains de Biff. Et là on a vu la DeLorean revenir et on va s'y intéresser un petit peu. Est-ce que Doc est dedans? Est-ce que Einstein est dedans? Est-ce qu'il n'y a personne? Allons voir tout de suite.
Doc?
Ah bah il y a Einstein.
Where do you come from, boy?
Il est trop mignon.
Did you bring Doc with you?
Ah, le convecteur, il a l'air un peu fatigué.
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
Qu'est-ce qu'il
So I
raconte?
tell you to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time. I programmed the time machine to jump to these four-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always the possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. And that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Marty, come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back, or forward, to whatever it is I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time certain readout under the heading marked last time departed. Good luck.
Ce qui est assez drôle, c'est que Doc, dans le film, ne lui disait pas de revenir, enfin dans le 3, il lui disait de pas venir le chercher, et là il lui demande de l'aide.
Crap! Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now? Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc.
Il n'y a rien de particulier là. Ah bah le carnet, oui évidemment. Il peut pas le lire. Examiner
This
l'objet.
notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Bit.
Marty,
Ah!
D'accord.
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
N'y aurait-il pas un autre indice? Non. Bon, bah on va revenir dans la voiture, on va chercher quelque chose.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. After all the trouble I went through getting...
D'accord. On va demander de l'aide. Ça me paraît bien compliqué. Hein? D'accord. Bon. C'est marrant, j'ai fait le tour de la voiture, il n'y avait pas de... Il n'y avait pas d'action contextuelle sur Einstein et finalement... Apparemment, il y a une action sur Einstein. D'accord. Hop. Allez, Einstein,
What do you know
cherche.
about this shoe, Einie?
Cherche.
Great Scott! I think he's onto something.
Bon, j'espère qu'un jour je n'aurai plus à utiliser l'aide, parce que c'est un peu dommage. Oula.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie? It's locked.
D'accord, c'est fermé.
Starbase 0. I hope Jimmy's fixed the Wild Gunman machine.
Ah, Wild Gunman, c'est aussi dans le film. En fait, dans le 2, quand il va dans le futur, je vous explique assez rapidement, c'est encore du spoil. Il va jouer avec un petit pistolet sur une borne d'arcade. Et les gamins lui disent mais c'est un jeu de gosses. Parce qu'en fait, ils ont l'habitude de jouer sans utiliser leurs mains. Enfin, c'est assez particulier. Je vous invite à voir les 3 films d'ailleurs.
I see you sneaking into that liquor store, young man.
Wow.
A1 liquor. I like the new bars Mr. Figgins put on the windows. Very secure.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre? Ah, une sonnette. Elle est où? Là. Oh, Strickland. Oh, mon Dieu.
Step away from the door.
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Oui, oui, c'est bon. Allez.
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh?
C'est la tienne de chaussures.
Stay there!
Wow. Quelle persuasion. Allez, Marty.
Leave that creature outside!
Oh.
Sorry, Einstein.
Il est trop mignon, Einstein, dans le jeu. Il est très sage, également. Aujourd'hui, l'épisode sera un peu plus court. On va faire un épisode d'1 quart d'heure. J'espère que vous ne m'en voudrez pas trop.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. Have a seat, Sonny.
Elle ne laisse même pas parler.
Hey, you kids! Put out those
Oh, c'est vraiment Strickland, hein. C'est exactement ça. Ça doit être sa mère, peut-être. Strickland, c'est le proviseur de l'école de Marty.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Miss Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
Et donc, Monsieur Strickland est assez dur avec ses élèves.
Is that Vice Principal Stewart?
Non.
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes. Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Oh, the candy looks older than I am. Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
Allez, il faut aller prendre, aller toucher les journaux. Allez, 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 allez. Allez, Marty.
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture.
Ah, ça doit être Biff, ça. Continue à chercher.
Brown Mansion destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded.
Continue, continue,
I don't
continue,
even know where to
continue.
start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Allez.
Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall. Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development.
C'est marrant, elle garde des journaux qui ont une
I don't
importance
even know where to
assez,
start looking for clues in these
assez
stacks.
capitale.
Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Clint Eastwood plunges to death on
Ah, c'est
runaway
génial.
train.
Ah, c'est exactement le film. Ah, c'est trop fort.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Je sais pas comment je peux faire.
October 28, 1985. Authorities still
Ah.
mystified by mall shootout. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
D'accord, bon. Ah, il y a des photos là.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that, dear?
Nothing.
Oh, that's peculiar. The water still hasn't come to a boil.
Bon, on va refaire le coup du radiateur peut-être.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Allez, dis-moi que tu vas trouver quelque chose.
October 28, 19...
Non, non, c'était le même que tout à
I
l'heure.
don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Alors,
Man, these are powerful. I could see Biff going into the video store.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the filth that boy watches. Yeah, he's nothing but an out-of-control hedonist, just like his father.
If there's a clue to finding Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking.
Malheureusement, peut-être Edna, tiens, on va peut-être lui demander, on lui aurait demandé.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Yes? Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Hi, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a
bagarre avec un
scuffle with
chien.
a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copy copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg...
Non, 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 je cherche Doc. C'est
No,
différent.
I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
D'accord.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was
Ah, intéressant. On va peut-être pouvoir trouver notre indice.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously,
Oui,
the
d'accord,
day
mais quand?
after the speakeasy burned down.
Quand?
Doing some stargazing?
Oh, I set my sights on the lower things. Is that?
Lieutenant! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Ça doit être la fille de Biff.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
D'accord, bon, peut-être qu'on va pouvoir trouver quelque chose maintenant.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Allez, on va lui refaire le coup du radiateur, on va essayer de trouver quelque chose.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Allez. Allez, vite, 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 vite.
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by Maul's shootout. Alright, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
Ah, mais comment tu veux que je l'invente l'année
Stop looking at me. I can't leave now. Miss Strickland's my only hope of finding Doc. Miss Strickland lost that shoe the day the speakeasy burned down. But when was that?
That's what you get with these cheap, foreign-made kettles. But trying to find an American one nowadays.
Miss Pretty Whiskers?
Oula. Ah, il y a des photos là. Peut-être que si je regarde une autre photo.
Marshall
Pour,
Strickland.
Ah,
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over 100 years ago.
That's not how I remember it.
bon. Je vais user d'un indice parce que là. Tu trouveras la date que tu cherches sur un bâtiment. Ah, peut-être qu'il faut utiliser les jumelles.
Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
1932.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire
Voilà.
must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Ah. Allez, on va essayer de finir cette épreuve, cette chasse à l'indice. Et on va se quitter là-dessus. Donc normalement là on a une année, donc c'est 1932.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain.
Voilà.
Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc!
Huh?
Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Oh.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Oh, elle est bizarre elle. Hein. Il s'est habillé comme à l'époque, enfin je pense.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
It's a costume. Tonight's the big Halloween party.
Halloween party? In May?
Ah oui, c'est un peu
Never
con.
mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
Ouais, ça c'est le cas de le dire, Marty.
Ready to go, Einstein?
Oh, Einstein il s'est déplacé, on aurait dit un cube. Oh. Bon voilà, on va se quitter là-dessus. J'espère que cet épisode 2 vous aura plu. Moi ça me plaît beaucoup ce jeu, ça fait beaucoup référence au film et c'est vraiment... j'irais pas jusqu'à dire que c'est un chef-d'œuvre cinématographique, mais presque. Donc, si vous avez aimé cet épisode, n'hésitez pas à me laisser des commentaires, des j'aime, à partager la vidéo autour de vous. Je vous donne rendez-vous pour l'épisode numéro 3 très bientôt. Ciao ciao tout le monde.